Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning? I hope you're doing as well as I am, which is superb. I had a very boring night at work last night, so there's that. But yes, good morning, everyone. I hope you have your coffee in hand and are waking up good this morning. I did want to start out today by showing something I forgot to show yesterday, and that is the fact that I changed the hands on my watch, and they look way better than the silver ones. So as you can see, they are blue now instead of silver. And if I turn off the light here, you should be able to tell. Here, let me help you out. So they have lume that works great. So now I can see them when I first get into the dark coming from the light. So that is always a cool thing. So yeah, I forgot to mention that yesterday, that I did get the hands changed. Thank you, Mr. Cal. Good morning. By the way, good morning, Mr. Knives Are Life, Mr. Fred the Lug, Mr. Size Sharpening, or Mrs. Size Sharpening, not sure, Mr. or Mrs., but either way, glad you're here with us. So last night was a Kubi night, and I had my Atlas in the front pocket, and I had my stroller in the back pocket. So I reached into the Kubi case and grabbed a couple that I hadn't carried in a while that I wanted to carry. Couple things I noticed. This one is super comfortable, especially with that forward choil. That jimping's perfect. So the stroller is a great choice. And the Atlas, I changed the color to blue on it. It was kind of a turquoise. I took this apart because the clip was a little loose, and I tightened it up super tight, and it's still got superb action. So I love both of these knives. Y'all know I like my big knives, so the Atlas is a great one. I wish this one was the M390 version. It's the S35VN version, which is still a great steel, but I'm just a fan of M390. Kind of stupidly, but it is what it is. So that's the two knives I had in pocket last night. The Atlas is not too heavy. I mean, for its size, it is, let's see here. Overall length on this big boy is almost 8 3/4 inches. 8 5/8. So it's a big knife. So for 8 5/8, it only weighs 5.7 ounces, which is not too bad for an almost 9-inch knife. Doesn't even break the 6-ounce mark. So it's not that bad, Mr. 6 ounces is about my cutoff on where knives do start to feel heavy. Give us a little more light here. So I did the review yesterday of this knife, which is probably one of the best, well, it is the best $13 knife I've ever tested, because I haven't tested many $13 knives. But it is one of the best sub $20 knives I've ever tested. Mainly because, well, I mean, it almost weighs as much as the Atlas because it is made out of steel. Being $13, you can't expect that, but it's nearly 5 ounces by itself. And as far as size goes, it's a lot smaller than the Atlas. So that is one of the advantages of titanium. But I was really impressed with the action and the feel of this knife. It's very comfortable. It's $13. It did not have a crazy tip up carry clip or something that ruined it. It is a button lock. The detent on it is actually pretty good. Really good, actually. And the action on it's superb. Good morning, Ed. But yeah, so that was a great $13 knife. If you haven't watched the unboxing and review of it, check it out. It comes in a box that looks like this. And it is also, this one I'm going to do, I'm doing a package giveaway deal for the 100th episode. So I've still got this one, but it's in a, it's in a box, it's in a package within a box. So anyway, that's that one. And then I also received a knife from Temu that was $15, and it is even better and way more than $2 better. So it probably takes the role of best sub $20 knife. And it is also a steel knife, but it has a nice bead blasted texture on it. The name of it's crazy, 2-0 Town. Does have a nice clip. Clip works well. It is AUS 8 steel. This one is D2 steel and 440C on the handle. So it is stainless on the handle. Not sure what kind of steel the handle is on this one, but it is a great knife. Like, this knife has some of the best action. It has better action than a lot of knives that are $50 and $60. It's got a great blade shape. It's got that slight recurve. I don't mind that much of a recurve. It's just a little bit. It just kind of draws stuff in when you're cutting. Cool blade shape. It does have also has a nice forward choil, just like the other one. Some nice jimping on the back here. Very comfortable, and one of my favorite things about it is the access to the lock bar and the action on it. It is just buttery smooth. So this one came from Temu, and it was $15. So 2 great budget knives yesterday arrived. Kind of funny how synchronicity happens, because we were just talking about at the end of the video yesterday about cheaper knives, and this one has, I mean, superb action, and the lockup on it is great. You can reverse flick it, you can regular flick it. It's got the thumb stud. The flipper tab, sorry. But yeah, super cool budget knives yesterday. So those are some knives. I have not boxed this up and got it ready to send to you yet, Ed, but I will do that soon. And Mr. Whalen, I've got your bearings put in a bag, and I'm going to throw them in an envelope. I hope to get those both out today. I will try to do that. So I had a few things that I linked last night I wanted to show y'all, just a couple of things. So let me bring that up. And that would be starting with this link right here. I just thought this was a cool collection, and since we've been talking about collections the last few weeks, or the last couple of weeks, my collection, I thought I would show this. Let me make sure. I don't know that there is any sound, but if there is, we might as well have it on. So, alright, so it's got some crazy music that I wish I wouldn't have turned on. But this is a 08-01 collection. I just find it interesting how some people like certain knives and really focus on them, and some people focus on a plethora of knives. And quite sure that probably came straight from ZT. If not, someone had that made and spent some money and they work for ZT, or they're a huge diehard ZT fan. And I thought I would share that little video this morning. Watch it one more time. See the layout and the cutout of the case. And these are a Rexford design knife. The 0801 is. See, I don't know if any of y'all are fans of ZT, but if you are, there you go. And then secondly, I saw this that was interesting. And this is a post of a guy that is addicted to reblades. So we've also been talking about that recently. So I thought I would share his reblades. And it includes an Anthem, which I didn't think about even getting rebladed, but that would be a sweet knife to get a reblade on. So there's what they all look like closed. And then here's what they all look like opened. Reblades are something that I've been getting more and more interested in, because I like the thoughts of having a knife that nobody else has, and further customizing knives that I already like with a blade that I like even better. So I'm not sure if those are Gersh or REK or what they are. I didn't even, I guess they're all REKs. An REK Anthem, two 940s, and a bug out. So that answers that question. Morning, Mr. Whalen. Hope you're doing well, sir. Those 940s look way better. I mean, I like the blade on the 940, but it could use a little extra blade. It's kind of on the small side. In fact, you can see right here that it has not got much blade compared to the ones we just looked at. They have way more blade and way more way to flip it. And I want to go back and look at one more time with them closed so you can see what the access is like. Oh yeah, see that access on the 940, that hole is perfect. So yeah, that's sweet. Alrighty. Morning, Mr. William. So that about does it for what I've got to talk about today for knives, or what I've prepared to talk about. So from here on out, it's pretty much winging it like we always do. So I hope y'all have some knife suggestions to look at this morning. Thank you, Mr. William. Yeah, if y'all don't mind giving me a thumbs up. I messaged YouTube creator support last night about them screwing with my shorts views for the last 2 weeks. And they gave me some kind of runaround. But I told them, you know, I haven't changed anything. And I went to getting 10% of what I was getting. So they're just messing with me at the moment. Maybe it'll go back. Maybe it won't. We'll make it either way. But going from getting around 1,000 views on each short to getting under 100 views on each short, or even 40 views, kind of sucks. Because that's how I brought in new subscribers from the shorts. But we'll just keep plugging away and we'll get viewers. And I'm just glad to have met the people I've met already. I don't necessarily need any more. But I thought if there was something some switch they could turn back on, wouldn't hurt to ask. So anyway, I did that last night. Let me see here. Oh yeah, speaking of ZTs, this one was disappointing to this guy, and he was just expecting way too much from a clone knife. There's the Kubi hamster that is actually, I believe, out for delivery to me today. If not, it's supposed to be here tomorrow, maybe. I can't wait to check that out. It does have a 3.5-inch blade. I know it looks all short, but not that small of a knife. As far as the ducklings go, this guy rated the Lemifshi one. He gave it a 8 out of 10, and he gave the Juful one a 6 out of 10. And he didn't say why. Here's a new version of the Chop 2 North Mountain blades. That is a knife, that is a company I've been wanting to check out. I've almost bought a Chop a few times. No, Mr. Ed, I haven't. I don't ever keep knives from y'all. As soon as I get knives, I show them. So the day that it arrives, you will see it the next morning. So no, I have not gotten it yet. It doesn't even show movement within the U.S. yet. It's coming from China, straight from Tucson. So I don't know when I will get it. Would you EDC a $700 knife? If I had a bunch of them, yes. If I had one, probably not. If I was Mr. Fred, yes. If I was Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid, probably not. And that's no shade. It's just that he's in the budget category at the moment. And as y'all can see on my table, I'm in the budget category as of yesterday. So, I don't know. I don't EDC my most expensive knives. So, unless I had a bunch, I probably wouldn't EDC it. But what's the point of having one if you don't EDC it? So, there's both of those things. That was an interesting knife that I saw last night also with the wooden handles. Yeah, Ed, you don't ever have to worry about me getting a knife and not showing it. It's pretty much content for the channel, so. Especially that one. I will show it to you the day I get it before the video even drops. The next morning, so. Oh, that was something else I wanted to talk about. So I put in the topic, what's your favorite handle material? I wonder how many people will say titanium and how many have some other favorite. Good morning, Sever 7. Watched your video about the Alcade. Thought that was funny how it popped up in your pass around box. We just talked about it a few days ago on the stream, where I mentioned it in passing. But what is everybody's favorite handle material? Mine, of course, is titanium. Do y'all like a combination of carbon fiber and titanium, or do you like all carbon fiber? I'm wondering, since Mr. said he's all about lightness nowadays, maybe he likes carbon fiber better. But I know a lot of you have multi-tools, and I wanted to show a multi-tool that I have that I absolutely love and can't recommend enough. That is a full titanium multi-tool. And I keep it in my car, so it is in my car. I guess I could go try to find it. I would rather show you how big it is and how nice it is. But I know they still sell it. I've shown it before on stream. They have it in two versions. They have a anodized version and a plain tie version. And starting with one of these, okay, that happens to be one of the choice deals that has that crazy. All of these are choice. I don't want choice. I do want free shipping. But what is your favorite handle material? Titanium for you, Sever? Thank you, sir. Tie number 1, micarta at G10. We talked about this not long ago, but it was Titanium Tuesday once again. So this one is similar to the one that I love. In fact, it might be very similar. It's a little smaller, I believe. I was trying to see some. I will see the one I actually want if we keep looking. And I cannot remember what store it's at. I need to go get it out of my car and then do a reverse image search by taking a picture of it. But it is friggin' awesome. Very, very usable. Very big. I think it is very close. Tie for use. Skeletal always with me. I think mine is Ed. I think your the Leatherman Wave. I think mine might be close. I thought it was a clone of a Leatherman. What is that expensive Leatherman? It's got the Arc. I thought mine was a clone of the Arc. But it isn't. Or if it is, it might be a clone of the Arc, but it's got, the scales are a little different shape, so it's not a clone of the Arc. But it is big like the Arc. Let me just run out to my car and grab it. Give me just a half a second, guys. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, sorry about that. So I'm back. There's actually 3 things that I keep in my car at all times, and recently has just become a 4th thing. And I went ahead and grabbed all those. So, first of all, one of the things that I keep in my car is one of these cheap $2 Torx microscopic screwdriver kits. That stays in my car all the time in the door. One of the bits fell out. It's in my car somewhere, so I got to find it. It's up under the seat, and I just haven't felt like digging for it yet. Because recently, y'all saw that I got one of these and filled it with Weehaw T6s and T8s. So it now lives in my center console. So I haven't needed to find that other bit yet. Good morning, Mr. Ron Crow. And then thirdly, I always keep my real field sharpener in my car to be able to do touch-ups, and I can pop off these if I need to do any kind of like grinding on something to smooth it out. I can use those. So that comes in handy to keep in my car at all times. So those 3. And then last but not least is this thing, which is what I went out there for. And it's got a super nice case with the snappable belt thing, along with other mounts. And then it's got the Velcro, and then you take it out, and it is the big boy. I don't know if y'all can tell how big that is, but my hands are big. So this thing is massive. That's what she said. All right. So yeah, the sides of this one don't look like the Arc, but I think everything else about it might be very similar. But it does have the giant pliers. It's got the replaceable cutter inserts. And then everything on it is lockable. So when you open something like the scissors, they have a lock. They have a liner lock that keep them locked. And then this one has the little pop-out spring that makes it where it springs back. It goes back into place whenever you close it. But they all have the little locks. It's got a nice knife with a liner lock that works great. It's got the bit drivers. Hold on, I can't ever remember. Oh yeah, so you have to open it to use those, and all of those lock also. I can't remember. There you go. It's got all 4 of those, and they have a push lock on the back. So those 3, and then on the other side it has the bit driver. Whoops. On this side it has the bit driver that takes, and the it's got a couple other things, but it's got the Phillips head and the sewing thing. Then it's got the saw, and I didn't show the other 2 sides of this thing. It's got the saw and the file, and they both lock. So yeah, this thing is very handy. But it's full titanium, and like I said, I should be able to do a reverse image search and find it really quick, since I was having issues finding it. Oh, that's of course if I had my phone. which now is missing, which I love. I love when I lose my phone. All right, so that is, let's see, whoops. All right. AliExpress, where you at? I'm not sure what this size would be equivalent to in the Leatherman actual line. And it's not finding the search. So that's awesome. So let me take a picture of it and actually use the, let's see. That might be the shot they use because that shows the blade. So let me edit this picture and open AliExpress. And do the reverse image search, see if it finds it. So I would like to share it. Boom, boom. All right, there we go. It's called the, there's a few places that have it. This is the one I was thinking of, so this is the one we will look at. Might have gone up a little bit in price, but it is still worth it in my book, considering that a Leatherman, the same price would be a couple $100. All right, so here's the link to it. So it looks like they have a bunch of different versions of it, including an anodized one. Same inserts, same tools, ranging from $60 to $80, something like that. They are but full titanium and this big of a unit is well worth it. And I'm wondering if this brand name, if there'll be other sellers that have it for less. I haven't even looked into that. Yeah, I knew they were just generic and that brand name probably wouldn't show it. Let me see if one of these other links is more like the price of the one that I got, because mine was around $60. I mean, they're all the same. They just get rebranded by different companies. Yeah, I'm not seeing any better versions, so that one's fine. Berg Blade Alpha drops on Friday. Oh, that's awesome. What was my best AliExpress purchase? That I don't know. I would have to think a few minutes about that. I've been wanting an Alpha for a while. In fact, I mentioned that to Mr. not long ago on the Discord. But I didn't know they were going to be dropping another one. I need to get one. So I have something being delivered this evening. Yeah, the one that I've got is like an MP number, mister. I believe that's the right model number. That MP, I want to say, MP01 or something. No. Now that you said that MP thing, though, it makes me think about it. Whoops, I can't spell. Maybe it was an MP. Titanium plated handle. There it is. That's the same one I've got, except yeah, that's a better price on it. And they have a plain titanium one instead of that anodized one. But that's the same one I've got, I believe. Yes. So that's a good link I can share for now until I find the plain one. I will throw that in the links channel on the Discord. Yeah, so that one is the exact same one, except mine is the one with the plain titanium over there. And it's the same as that other one. It just doesn't have the glow in the dark stuff added. There's a bunch of nice ones now, though, you can get, and they're probably all manufactured over there anyway. I can't imagine Leatherman doesn't manufacture theirs in China. Good morning, Michael. I can't remember what mine was called, and that makes me angry. Let's go back to this view for a second. I need to figure that out, because it's going to drive me nuts. I hate when I can't remember something. I have such a good memory normally. Yeah, Ed, I showed you on that link in the links channel. I talk about both versions, and if you buy both of them, you can put in a Reddit 25 code and get $25 off. I thought you responded to that day. But yeah, I put in the links when I said that you, if you buy both of them, you can use that $25 code and get them both for like $80. But you're talking about this one, right? It's on this. Whoops, sorry. You're talking about this one, right? Yeah, I know, Ed. But you actually acted like you did, and I would like to show that in my defense. So you shouldn't act like you're paying attention if you're not. Because right here I said, Ed, if you buy both and use code Reddit25, it will take 25 off. And you said, way ahead of you, big bro. Thanks. So you made it seem like you were paying attention. You said, way ahead of you. I said, if you buy both and use the code. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. I ordered one of each the day I posted the link up there. So I've got those other two coming in, and I got these two coming in. So I've got 4 on the way. I didn't even know they made Do they make an original one that has that same pattern? I didn't even know that. Let's go look at that. So they make a rock looking one from Hulk. Oh, here's the... Okay, there's the regular one. $485. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't know they made a... Oh, I would never use you as my whipping post. I don't like picking on or beating up on anybody. Yeah, I didn't know that. Mister, are you saying that the OG they make an OG dented rock looking one? Maybe I need to go to images. I thought that was a new pattern they had just made up. I'm confused. Yeah, post a link, Mister. And why aren't you a moderator? Did you get unsubscribed or something? You're supposed to be a moderator. I swear YouTube's messing with me. You're a moderator now. You can post links. Aha! Oh, so that's one he said he would be bringing to Blade Show. The nicest rock pattern he's ever seen. I've got some of those cut resistant gloves, Death Blossom. They're really good. Have y'all seen those? That reminds me of something else. Those cut resistant gloves remind me of this other little thing, that box opener, the Japanese. What's that thing called? Box opener that won't cut you. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Canary. Have y'all seen the canaries? So these serrated canaries are crazy. If y'all haven't seen one of those. This is a weird color, but they're called canary. And they're made to cut. They'll cut cardboard, but they won't cut you. And they make short ones and long ones. But they're super cool little things. They're micro serrated, where they won't cut you, but they will cut cardboard. They're super cool. They're made for kids and disabled people and people that can't really can't use something sharp without fear of, maybe possibly cutting themselves. So the fact that somebody just mentioned getting their kids some of those cut resistant gloves made me think of these too. I've got one of these somewhere. I've got the little small one. So they make a small canary. Scissor. Canary small. Yeah, they got one of these that has a little tiny blade. Yeah, right here. So I got one of these. And they're pretty cool. Sever, I wish I could go to Blade Show West. I'm sure Fred's going. Let me go back and hit the volume like he asked me to. Sorry, I was not paying attention.
Hey guys, here's a customized shortcut that I'll be bringing to the show here in Blade Show West. I'm only going to have one of these, so I'm going to auction this one off. But after the show, I will have a few extra. But yeah, this thing turned out super cool. Alright, we'll see you guys at the show.
Alright. So that's awesome. So he's talking about Blade Show West. Alright, Mr. Ed. Have a great day, sir. Oh, nice. Or you mean Aurora Knife and Tool? Or is there another company called Aurora Blade? I'm thinking you might mean Aurora Knife and Tool. That's awesome. Oh, Aurora Blade? Never heard of Aurora Blade. What is Aurora Blade? Oh, it's the online store for Forever Steel? Okay. I got you. That's awesome, Sever. Congrats on that. That'll be super cool. Yeah, we watched that video the other day from the Forever Steel booth. So that was cool. That Mulan is a sexy knife. Aurora Blade is the website for Forever Steel. That's what it says at the Google. Online store for Forever Steel knife. Yeah, that Mulan is nice. Wish it wasn't discontinued. And I don't like Mother of Pearl. Or Pearl anything. No, I didn't have a 80s. I had the Damatanium, whatever it's called. People asking questions in the Discord instead of in the live. Why don't you ask that in the live chat on the YouTube so I don't have to keep switching back to hear what's going on the Discord? Yeah, I don't know. This is the only one I've got. So, why is the Mulan listed on Aurora Knife and Tool? That's weird. Somebody miscategorized it, huh? Man, I'm telling you, this $15 knife is a keeper. action on this thing is sick. Yeah, both of these budget knives I got yesterday are both keepers. Like, I can't believe that this one was $13 and this one was $15, and they're both great knives. Lockup is really good on this one. $13 knife. Can't beat it. And this one has some of the best action and best lock bar access of, man, I'd say it's in the top 30 of all my knives as far as action. I mean, out of the box, it feels great. But it's got those micro bearings in it. So I don't like the fact they're using those micro bearings now. I posted a picture of those tiny, tiny bearings they're using now. But they're so little. Like, I guess every penny counts, but man, I don't know why they would use something so small. That's what she said. But yeah, this thing has got the tiniest bearings ever. This one, Sever, the one that's your style, came off of Temu. I posted the link in the Discord on the links channel. It's $15. It's got AUS-8 steel and stainless steel handles. I'm not sure what kind of steel the handles are, but I'm sure they're like 440 stainless steel or something. That's what the other one is. Fred, if Fred was still around, he would know what tables pay. He's worked a few tables. But look how little the bearings are on this thing. And I'll show them next to, they've got those micro bearings. Like, they're so little. That's a 5mm pivot. Man, this blade is sharp too. But look how tiny these little things are. Just for reference, here's the ones that are small, very small, that Waylon was talking about yesterday. And they dwarf those little ones. They're almost double. Less than 10, mister. I would say maybe even not more than about 5. I don't have many steel handle knives at all. This one has a D-shaped pivot, captive pivot. So that's awesome too. Yeah, everything about this knife is great. And like I said, the lock bar access. Yeah, I probably got 5 or 6 steel knives. Like, I don't like steel knives normally. I'm not a big fan of them. And if this one would have cost any more than it did, I probably wouldn't have liked it either. Whoops. I'll put that other bearing back in. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of steel knives, but when they're this good of action and feel, I mean, heck, doesn't hurt anything. Why did that not go back in there right? There it goes. I've bought a couple of the ones that I do have were mistakes that I didn't mean to buy. I didn't read close enough and didn't realize they were going to weigh 12 ounces when I got them. Yep, Michael, everything's going well on my end. I hope it wasn't my end of the connection. It's got one of those weird screws that's right beside the clip. But you got to be careful not to scratch the clip while doing it. But other than that, great knife. Did I put the bearings back in right? I don't know. I feel like something's... Oh, there it goes. It's centered now. I think it just needed to work its way back in. So another one of the steel knives I know I have, I just ran into the other day. It's over here. And it is somewhere over here. Aha. I've got a couple of random knives that sit over here that don't have a home either. And one of them is a big steel one. Forgot what these other ones are. Okay, that is a titanium amphibian I'm going to do a giveaway with. It doesn't have a home. It's a big boy. Yep. So that one lives over there by itself. It's kind of hanging out on a shelf in a random Spyderco or something bag. I don't know what that. I guess that's a Spyderco bag. And what is this one? Aha! This is a random titanium ZT that hangs out over there too. The 0392 Hinderer design. Forgot I had this one too. That's a cool knife though. Those are both titanium though, so those don't count. This is the one that's steel that does count. And you can see it. It is a bruiser of a knife with some mark with some oil on it or some fingerprints or something. This is a big steel knife that I have. What is up with those marks? Is that scratch? Can't be. I've never used this knife. Did it come with a scratch pre-installed? I guess it did. Yeah, that's a big one that I've got. And this one will get you. That's a big boy. It makes the Atlas look small. You want to see how much it weighs? I bet it weighs more than almost 6 ounces. Let's do a comparison here. So this one weighs 10.6. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of steel knives. I didn't know that I wasn't. I guess I got lucky and bought a bunch of G10 knives and stuff when I first started, and I never did get into steel knives, thank God. But yeah, I don't have that many. I can't think of too many more I have, period. I did buy like a 8-pack to give away to people without knives of steel knives that are garbage. Absolutely garbage. I think they were like $2 a piece or something. They're over here too. I gave away most of them already, but I think there's a couple left down here. I've got a couple of where's that box of those crappy knives? Oh, there it is. Yeah, these are terrible. I've only got 2 left. I think I bought 8. At some point I bought these too. Oh, thank you, TC. But I bought an 8-pack of these that are steel knives that I bought to give away to people. They are tip down, carry only, and absolutely ugly and absolutely garbage. But I think I got 8 of them for like $15 or something, like $2 a piece. And it was before I even started my YouTube channel. And they're assisted too, which is terrible. But I bought them just to give to people, like friends that said they didn't have a knife. Because I was like, it'd be better to have this knife than not a knife at all. So I've already given away 6 of them for free. Of course, I didn't charge anybody for these garbage knives. But there's 4 out of my probably 6 or 7 steel knives, counting this big one. And then I bought some of these. I bought like 3 of these. These haven't even been opened. Oh, that's a sticker. That doesn't go there. That came off one of my bags, evidently, at some point. That doesn't belong there. Because these are definitely not Sativian. Neither one of these is even opened. I just happen to know what they are. I will show you what they are. They are yeah, Michael, that's the moral of the story, is I'm just a terrible person who gives away free knives. These are Gerber strong arm clones. That are actually not bad for what they are. They're really comfortable, and the Gerber strong arm is a good knife. These are partially serrated. These were I got just to give away also, but I guess they're terrible too, probably. Oh, that's cool, Michael. I don't take offense. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I got those too. I think I'm going to throw one of those in that package deal that I give away for the 200th episode, along with this and one of those, one of these. So you'll get a nice variety of garbage knives. Now that button lock one is a decent knife. I'm going to give away a good knife too. Probably either that titanium. Probably either not that one. Probably that titanium amphibian. Will probably go with that package deal too. And I got I'm gonna give one of those sharpeners away too with it. So that other sharpener I'm getting will go with that package deal. Oh no, it's I totally didn't take offense to it, Michael. I might have sounded like I did, but I really didn't. I was only joking. But episode 200 winner is going to win a bunch of stuff. I can't figure out what else I'm going to throw in there. We're coming up on episode 200 pretty soon, though. This Temu knife, though, let me show you it. I did put it in the links channel on the Discord. They call it a sheep's foot something, $15.21. That red one looks pretty snazzy too. Yeah, lay it on that rock. That's good for it. But yeah, it's a cool little $15 knife. Rose red handle. I don't even think I saw that. Oh, that one's $16. It's a whole $1 more for the red. But it's over 8 inches long, 3.5 inch blade. It's a cool little value knife. I mean, it's not titanium and it's not a nice knife, but if you don't have one, or you want to give it as a gift, or you need one to throw in a toolbox somewhere, that would be a good one. Let's see. Let's go see here. Oh, I got an email that the Work Sharp knife was back in stock yesterday, but I didn't answer the email quick enough and they sold out again. So the drop point was available again yesterday, but it's sold out. I want to try to grab one of those. If y'all know anybody that has one that wants to get rid of them, I thought TC might have had one. I don't know if he has the drop point. Sever 7, sure. I'll send it to you in Discord. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that so I don't forget. My keyboard was messing up at work last night, and every time I hit a letter C, it would put the X before it, the letter beside it, so it kept typing XC stuff all the time. You have the Warncliffe TC? That's cool. Pocket checks. So Nick posted, well, Ed posted this one that kind of made me cringe a little bit. No, I don't have an alert for it, Michael. Since they're only $140, I was thinking about getting one brand new, but I probably should put an alert up. But yeah, this picture made me cringe until I realized they were on round rollers on a conveyor that probably didn't scratch it, and I'm sure he was super careful about laying it down. But it made a cool picture, that's for sure. And then Nick posted his 2 OGs that he carries probably more than anything. His Evo 4 and his Chevron, which are 2 awesome knives. That whole pocket check is awesome. The watch, the pin, the 2 knives, the hank, the coins, all that. And then Days posted a new one of these, which looked like a cool little knife. So I went ahead and posted the link in the links channel to what knife that actually is. And it's the Civivi Guile. Yeah, that's it right there. So they're $50 on the designer's site, which is well, could have read that. Deadwood Knives, not the designer. Deadwood Knives has them for $50. And White Mountain Knives has them for $54 with the 10% off code whenever they have them in stock. That little front flipper looks nice. And they do have it in a few different colors, so if you don't like the green, you can get the other colors. That's a cool little knife. So, orders, titanium. I just did a search for titanium on my AliExpress page. That ought to be interesting. I was trying to find that that multi-tool. I don't see it though. I thought it was one of the first things I bought. Oh, there it is. So it's called the MP01. So it is what I thought. Which is totally weird. But I thought I had a good memory and remembered that. You asked me a question a minute ago, Michael, that I didn't answer. And let me answer that now by figuring out the answer. Hold on. Give me a second. Since Jufool banned me from buying any knives from him on his store, I have to use 2 AliExpress accounts. So whenever I'm checking orders, I have to go back and forth between the two. And half the time I can't remember which account I used to buy what. So to buy the thing you ask about, I had to log out of one account and into the other. So give me just a second. And I'm hoping it's, yeah, here it is. So it is right here, maybe. Wow, I don't see it. Well, I thought I bought it from AliExpress. And it's the mat. You ask about the mat. I guess I bought it from Amazon. I thought I bought it from AliExpress. I bought the other 3 from AliExpress. I don't see it on my Amazon orders either though, so I don't know. I did get it. I thought I got it on AliExpress. Purple mouse, purple desk mat, purple gaming mat. Is that it? No. But it is close. It's close to that one. It's a little different. Yeah, it kind of looks like this one. It probably is one of these. But you got to get the big size. I think it was around 15 bucks, the ones I got. So it's probably around, yeah, I think it was around this size, 900 by 400. They got all different colors of that pattern, along with a few different patterns. I'll throw the links to this in the Discord also. Purple desk mat. I don't have the Nefaris severed. You heard me. I guess you heard me talking about that yesterday or the day before when the guy that makes the Nefaris or makes a different knife. The Nefarious. So what was that Nefarious knife that we looked at? Wicked Dream Designs. So just a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago, we talked about this knife, and I thought he was talking about the Nefaris, the Wee Nefaris. So I brought that up. But he was in the channel. He's a friend of JT's. It popped in the channel, and he designed and made that knife. And while he was here, I talked about the Wee Nefaris. But I don't have one, no. See you later, Ron. I talked about the fact that I liked it, and it was one, I just didn't understand, again, why they put those 3 holes in it. Like, that's what stopped me from buying it. Like, why did they put 3 little dots on it? Because these don't have the 3 dots. But all the other titanium ones do. Just weird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same one, just a different pattern that I had. Sure. It's got great action. Let me get my giveaway stuff out of the way. Grab my case. Did I grabbed the wrong case again. I keep doing that. All right, TC, have a good day, sir. Misdelivered packages suck. I hope you find it, sir. All right. So, what kind of action you want to see? Front flipper works great. Lockup's good, and it's drop shut. Doesn't take much at all. You can't reverse flick it very easy, but it doesn't take much of a shake at all You can reverse flick it. Yeah, just one little shake is all it takes. But it's kind of awkward to reverse flick it because of where the thumb stud's at. You can see how close it sits to the side on that side. They have it milled out more on this side so you can get to it, but it sits really close to the scales on that side. But you can, and if I carried it a bunch, I would get better at it. But it just takes one little shake for it to close. And the front flipper works great. Doesn't take much at all. You don't have to use any wrist. Lockup's good. About 40%. Lock bar access is good, so you can see it. It's a little sharp. It's not real sharp, but it's kind of thin right there because the way they put that beveled edge on it. And the detent on it is really good. You can see it pull it in. So there you go. The Wii Esprit is a great knife too. It's got that orange peel texture. Super cool. And the front flipper on it sticks out a little further. So the Esprit is another great one. It's just kind of they're both about the same size. I like drop point blades, but I also like, multiple ground blades. So I like this one probably better. Yeah, definitely better. But they're real close. You can't go wrong with either one of them. I might need to refresh the chat because, or just nobody's saying nothing, which is fine too. I'll talk to myself. Oh, that Eon, yeah, the Integral. Yeah, the Trogon is another great one. It's a little bigger than those other two. There's a good comparison. You can see the size comparison of those three. Yeah, it's a good knife, Simmer. Let me show you one other thing real quick. Hold on. Let me get up and reach over here. This is one of the coolest things about my sword fin is the box is autographed by Meads. So yeah, sword fin autographed by Meads. I don't remember what it came with. If it came with extra hardware. I don't guess it did. Of course, like I said, I got it. You know, you can't buy one like it. You got to get the lightning anodized one and then get it blasted. So the guy before me had it Zerblasted from the lightning ano because they don't make a plain version of it. The NOC Dragon Ball. I'm not familiar with that one. Let's go look at it. Knock Knives. Hey, guess what? The Tac Ray is actually a knock knife. The one on Amazon. No, I'm just messing. TC mentions that every couple of months. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Dragon Ball. MT35. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. Yeah, that's my style right there. That's a beautiful knife. Except the one with the holes sucks. See, at least they did the smart thing and made some solid ones too. They made both versions. Yep, I like the plain Jane without the holes, please. The one at the very bottom, that's funny. Probably the cheapest too. I get lucky sometimes because the knives I like are the cheap versions of it. It kind of reminds me of well, I think it reminds me of my, let's see. Yeah, it's got more of a point than the one I was thinking it reminded me of. But it reminds me a lot of this knife. Let me get my coffee out of the way. So, yeah, that's a very, let me show you the back and forth on these. So that curve on the front of the blade is about, and the thumb stud is about the only difference. And the little chamfer on the thumb and the end of the knife. I mean, it's close, but it reminds me of my tick. This is my Berg Blades tick. But I really want an alpha. But the tick has that nice fuller, nice hollow ground blade that you can definitely reverse flick off of. But it reminds me a lot of that. And then it has the front little swoosh kind of like of that a little bit more, but not, it doesn't have that curve in the back. But yeah, it looks a lot like the tick. Tuya knives. Yeah. Here's a knife you ought to get, Sever. I'm just messing with you, man. But that is a beaut. That compound grind is one of that blade shape is one of my favorites. I've got quite a few knives with that. But that knife right there is a mean boy. And I'm not trying to rub it in, Sever. But you got to get one of these again. Like, you do realize that, right? Such a good noise, too. I got this one. This one was, I got this one, and I was the first one to put out an unboxing video of this knife. The guy I bought it from got it at a blade show before, when it was pre-release. And I had it, I bought it from him. He had it like a month. And then I bought it from him. He just did a review of it. I mean, no, he didn't do a YouTube review. I think he put it on Instagram or something. And then I bought it from him. So I had it before it was even out, I think. But I had the first unboxing review of it. I think it's my number one unboxing review knife. Because of that. Yeah, I love it though. I bought it from a guy on Blade Traders, which if y'all aren't familiar with it, it's a place that a lot of people use besides Knife Swap. I'm telling you, man, the milling and stuff he does on knives is wild. Kevin John, Custom Knife Factory, and Kevin John does some great milling on knives. And the action on this one is perfect. Like, you really cannot get any better action than on a knife than this. Like, it just perfectly drops. The flipper tab, sometimes it's so little that my finger slips off of it. Anyway, that's a cool one too. It sits beside the Zorro. And on the other side of the Zorro is my Azusa Blade Works that I love too, that I did a flipper tab delete on. I love the milling on it, and I love the thumb ramp and the shape of it. That's my blade shape, like drop points and kind of weird. That one's got a little bit of a weird kind of leaf look to it. But the thumb ramp, I wish it didn't curve as much at the bottom here. I wish it was more straight across. More of a drop point. But I love this knife too. But all three of those have great milling, and two with carbon fiber inlays set on either side of the Zorro in the case. And they all three have just excellent action. Well, guys, I think I'm going to start ending this one out. Pete, do you have a tracking number for me? I meant to ask you that. I don't know if you posted a picture of it or not, but could you possibly type me the tracking number so I don't have to try to get it off a picture? I don't know if you even have a tracking number yet. I don't know what the situation is with that. I wasn't paying attention, I don't think. I don't know if you did or not, Pete. Probably. If you already sent it, don't worry about doing it again. And Michael, I have no idea about the color of the boxes on Benchmades. I don't own any. I own one real Benchmade. And I don't have the box for it. So, man, the sound on this knife. It's so great. Yeah, I'm impressed with this knife. I tell you what, I've got some clone Protex, some of their autos, and they're some of the nicest clones for the price I paid. But this one just makes that solid clunk. Like, it has to do something with this back, the noise it makes. It's all closed in, and so I think it kind of echoes and resonates. It makes a solid though. So I'm not mad about buying that one. I need to sell this Elementum too. Anybody want a Wii Elementum? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Benchmade historian. All you got to do is go to that knife check place though, and go look at some of the. They have yeah. If you want to find out, just go to the knife check subreddit and just type in Benchmade. It's a knife check, and I don't know. I need to. I'm subscribed to it in my real account, but join. All right. So yeah, just searching here for Benchmade, and there's people talking about Benchmades just constantly. So you'll probably be able to scroll down through here for some older posts and see somebody. Benchmade blue box. Yeah, I would say go look through here and scroll down through some posts. Because they're all over the place, and they get checked more than probably any other knife. But I'm not sure. Some of them, some of them don't have the foam, and some of them do. And they used to have a different foam than they have now. I at least know that much. But as far as colors go on the inside of the box, I'm not sure. You said blue inside? Yeah, that looks like definitely looks like a clone. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I am not sure. I can't be of much help for that. I apologize. I don't have a Wii Sear. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, that's your style, Sever. The long, skinny blade and handle all shaped the same. I do not have one, good sir. Partially because I don't know why they put those stupid 3 dots in the middle again. Like, wouldn't that knife look so much better just plain? Like, why? Like, this side looks so much better. Than this crap. I didn't even know that knife existed, Sever. Now it makes me want to see what they sold for on Knife Swap. It should be easy to find. Wow. 9 months ago. Limited edition, 135. That black one with the blue sold for $135. Oh, that's not bad. If I was going to get one, I almost would want to get something like that if it's got to have those stupid holes. Because that one has like some kind of inlays. But I would message this guy right here. Do you still have your Wii Sear and want to sell it? Thanks. That's how I would get it. And then I would go to his profile, go to his last post. He doesn't have any posts, so you go to his comments, find one of his comments right here. And reply to his comment. Right here, reply with chat. Because if you don't do that, so that pops up automatically, and it'll give him a notification that somebody replied to his post, but the chat from somebody he doesn't know won't show up. So that's why I tell you to do that all the time, because it could sit there for 3 months in the requested chats category and he'll never see it. But if you go and reply to one of his comments or posts, he'll see that. So that's why I tell y'all to do that. It was a blue molded interior with a velvet looking texture. Yeah, I've never seen that. Good morning, Paul. I love my mini Adamas. Knife check. Benchmade velvet. Benchmade molded. So here's a good example of the fake versus real. The real has the bigger cells on the foam. They've tried to get good with the new ones with the little, they got the right texture, but they're not as big. They're smaller. Yeah, and I don't know about that, but they're really good on this site, showing you all the things that make them fake. Knife check is a here's an example post too. But yeah, there's very knowledgeable guys on Benchmades in that subreddit, so I would send you there. Well, all right, guys, I got to get some sleep today, so I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna put up my 2 Kubies. Paul, the one day I show a $13 knife and a $15 knife, you're not here. But I've got links to both of these. This is a $13 knife. I did a review of it yesterday on my channel. And this is a $15 knife that has some of the greatest action and lock bar access of any knife under 50 or 60 bucks that I've gotten. So yeah, you need to check both of those out. They're right up your alley, good sir. Michael, you have a great day, sir. I kept reaching for the lock bar on that one. It doesn't have one. My stroller and my Atlas got to go back up. Well, all right, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all being here this morning. For for another episode of Blade Talk. If y'all need me, you know how to find me. Just email me up there at the top, bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Ask me any questions you may have. I will try to research or give you the answer. Mr. Sever 7, Mr. Pete, Mr. Michael, Mr. Paul, thank you for being here, good sirs. TC, hope you find that package. Waylon, Knives Are Life, thank you for being here. Ron Crow, have a good day, sir. Size Sharpening, Fred, Ed, appreciate y'all. And anybody else that was here that I might have forgotten, y'all have a great day.